body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay By Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop, Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. the man.
Tuesday afternoon to you, everyone. It is the 9th day of the month of July 2024. This is The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and the producer, alongside Alton Jaquan Joseph, our technical operator, and the man of the season, you know, the new star on the block, the man who anchors our evening news now on NBC television. You know, I'm so proud of him, you know. And like I've told you before, I'm the kind of person that it's always my joy to go around and tell people, you know, this young man, you know, he works in the studio with me doing technical operations. I like to boast of people. I like to be able to talk up people and to talk about my association with them when they begin to advance along a path of greatness. And I think this is the beginning. I think I told you some time ago, jealousy is something that I've just never experienced. I just don't know what it's like. You know, I'm always happy for people when they accomplish good things, great things. And I'm always proud of this young man as I am of so many other people. You know, I think I told you the story about a friend of mine who lives not far from here, the same Barnard Hill, but he passed away, unfortunately, some time ago. Same age as I am. We used to be athletes together, running. Oh, my goodness, was he a good runner? A guy called Mervyn Stevens. I think he was the president of the St. Lucia Small Ruminants Association. He used to work for, St. Lucia Distillers and so on. You know, very busy guy and so on. And I can never forget when I was a young man and I got a job, part-time job, reading the evening news on SLTV of the morning, where I used to live at the time. I told you I have a history of the morning. And, you know, I just went to Mr. Brian Holden and told him, I'm a good English student and I can read very well. So, you know, kind of give me a job. And my goodness, the reason why I don't get jealous is the kind of support I had. Chester Lloyd was the name of a guy who was the technical man at TV Rentals and SLTV at the time. And it was like, oh, yes, that would be good, you know, really supportive and backing me. The late Gilbert Sultan, the late Von Noel, the late Valerie Albert, who used to type the news scripts for me, you know, at Radio St. Lucia so I could understand them better. Ernie Sion, those kinds of people. I've had too many supportive people in my life for me to ever have any kind of spirit of envy and wanting to see people down and so on, especially young people. I like to see them develop. So I had to take a little bit of time to say that when I see, there's another guy who used to be here doing this before Jaquan. You know, he was just in the studio taking some video footage when I came in. Shane Stephen, DJ X. Remember when I started, DJ X was the technical operator? My goodness, who would have known that DJ X can deliver a television news report as fluently and as, you know, the guy has a certain quality and flow to his voice and so on. And I'm just feeling so great when I see those guys moving upward and developing. Maybe sometime in the not too distant future, Cecil and them might say, Shelton, we want to, you know, transfer Jaquan to, you know, the TV department and he might be lost to me here. You know, I'm going to miss him, but I want to see the young man like so many others develop. That's the thing about me. And we have too many people who have that spirit of fight down and keep down, especially young people. I want to tell them, get rid of that. Get rid of that. We have a future. We have to be sustainable, and the young people are that future. I have a guest in the studio with me, so I won't have any lengthy preamble, and I'm trying to move away from lengthy preamble. I've had too many of them. Yes, you all tell me, you all don't mind. Egbert Andrew sent me a message and said, man, my preambles, they are feature in themselves. If I dispense with them, I might dispense with the whole show, you know. And I get many such messages. People tell me the reason why we don't call is because we find what you're saying to be so interesting. Why interrupt it and come and say when there's more joy in listening? I don't want my head to get big on that. I don't want my chest to get too swollen on that. But thank you very much. But yesterday, that was exactly what I was hinting at, you know. It's not that I have any fear about people not calling and so on. They've told me that a number of times. I just said I want to shorten the preambles, give people more chance to express themselves, even though the telephone is dicey. Telephone calls are very tricky. Sometimes you want to, and you don't get any more than 6 people because, you know, when people start to make their point, they take offense when you cut them off and so on. Some of you try to go on too long, especially those of you who are close to me. All of my friends, I have a cousin and so on. When they call, it's good points they're making, but they don't know when to cut it short. You know, they go on and on. So that you find, if you let open the lines for an hour, when you go back and check, it's probably less than 10 people that you have, because people go on and on and on, and this sort of thing and so on. So that was all I was just saying. I was never serious about ending the show or cancelling the show or shortening the show. Since when Shelton Daniel has ever been, so hamstrung by people not calling the program and so on? Shelton Daniel needs to clamp and clip and edit and abridge himself and so on, because like my friend Skinny used to say, man, sometimes when I listen to you, skin is chicken, because I love what you said, but something in me just said, why did, and the word Skinny would use, gas a time for you to something open the line and so on. But still I going back and I say, gas, I really like to admit, Skinny, skin is chicken, good afternoon to you, my brother. I like the frank talk when you give it to me straight like that. But apparently somebody went and they took that little clip of me saying, I will go to Dr. McDowell and I'll tell him the show and cutting it and it and making it, so we'll have to pull it, we'll have to stop it and this kind of thing. Immediately Cornelia Jacob, animator, was the first caller. She called and she pulled me and said, you crazy? What are you talking about? You're just looking for trouble with us? Why are you going to stop any show? And she had quite a laugh about it, because apparently she herself was listening to me and my preamble, enjoying it, decided let's wait the time when I opened the phone call. And when I said that, she called quickly, rapidly, first caller. I got so many calls yesterday. I was telling Jaquan that on the back of this joke that I make, I wonder if that is what sparked all the calls, because I didn't intend to go into extra time. I ended up going into extra time, and at some point I had to say, okay, we gotta go, let's leave it alone for now, because calls would have kept coming in. Calls came in so much yesterday, so somebody trying to take that and to make mischief with it, that Real Issues is failing and Shelton Daniel is complaining that he ain't getting any calls. I got a few messages from it. People, don't worry about that, okay? There'll always be this kind of this kind of mischief people who they go and they offer themselves as being some kind of mavens and doyens and experts in messaging and political messaging, and they don't know their bum from their head, or they don't know their head from their bum, or their head is stuck in their bum. Too much of bum from me now. The wall is coming soon, I suppose, so let me not be the one to articulate too much. They don't know. All they know in what they think is political messaging is mischief. Mischief things they want to do, and malicious things, and using political messaging for personal vendettas to go after people they've had. And there's one of them in particular I've been taking digs at. I'm going to stop that, From yesterday I say I'm stopping that. You know why? This person, given me as an unabashed, strong supporter of the Labour Party, this person is my best ally. This person is my best, the kind of thing that individual is pushing as political messaging. The person is wrecking, so for me to be critiquing that person, I'm not going to do it anymore. You're not going to achieve anything. So when you get this little thing about Philip J. Pierre said ginger ale, and it's ginger ale, and he affecting the education of people, and that become your talking point and your talk show thing and all of that. Look at how they flip ginger ale on you. Look at how ginger ale flip on you right now, and this thing has become such a massive PR, coup for the Labour Party and its supporters and people, even without them trying. You want to go after Calypsonians, everything, because you are a juvenile when it comes to political messaging, and you are too stricken and burdened with vendetta, with hatred. So it brings you and it traps you. But I'm not going to say anything. Fair flow, do your business. Take digs, including at me. Pick up old footage about me and how fat and big belly I'm gonna do. Have fun, enjoy yourself. Let's see what kind of results you're gonna get. Enough of that, okay? But people, no problem with Real Issues. So without any further ado, at 1:45 right now, let me introduce my guest. He's a retired former school principal. There may be many other things, but this is the context in which I got to know him, where, one of my sons wanted to go to a school where there was a curriculum where he could do IT, and somebody told me the Babonneau Secondary School is just opened. I think it's got a strong focus on IT and so on, and it's a good school. It's not yet crowded very much and so on, so your son will have a little bit of space, But my greatest find at the Babonneau Secondary School was the gentleman I went to speak to in the principal's office. And I'm not saying this because he's here. Somebody who I developed over the years a very strong level of admiration, respect, and liking for him. A man who I understood to be a disciplinarian who knew how to temper his strong disciplinary outreach with a certain amicability to students, to teachers, to parents and everybody. It was always a joy. It was always a learning experience to be in his presence. So I know he's a through and through thoroughbred educator. And he's actively left the education system, but I'm sure he continues to be a source of education to people. I speak of none other than Mr. Terence Fenelon. Good afternoon and welcome to The Real Issues for the first time.
Good afternoon, Shelton, and thanks for having me here today. You have humbled me with that introduction.
Yes. Okay, so I've never been able to call you Terence, you know.
I know.
There's just some people, even if they wouldn't mind, you're just never able to bring yourself on first name terms with them because of the level of not just respect, but I think reverence there. I struggle to ever call Kenny Anthony. Maybe once or twice it drops out of my mouth, but Dr. Anthony, it remains so all the time. Philip J. Pierre, now that he's Prime Minister, I just don't know if I spend years calling him Pip. But right now, for me, on a private call to call him Pip, PM is the lowest I can go in terms of ever, doing that and so on. It's just the nature. Mr. Fenelon, what have you been up to since your retirement and so on? I see you active on social media, but
Well, yes, these days. Apart from taking it easy, exercising, listening to what's going on, keeping my ears to the ground. Some of the things I like, some of the things I do not like. And I think, as I've said to others, it is time for those of us who can to raise our voices, because we have to correct a lot of what is happening. We see the politics of hate, these personal attacks, disinformation, propaganda, outright lies, the selling of people's characters, etc. We need to address that. And as I told you once, I think I made a call to you. I said, listen, Shelton, the third anniversary is coming. We're heading down to, I don't like to say the march, the walk. We're walking in for our PM and the cabinet of ministers. I know we have had to address a lot of the negativity, but I think it's time for us to focus on the good stuff. Because there's a lot of good stuff happening, but it's getting lost in all of this misinformation. And we need to begin the countdown. People are talking, let us compare and contrast. Let us show slit. 6 years as opposed to 3 years. And let us see. Let us wait in the balance. And let us see who and where we have come from, what we have now and where we're going. You understand? So we need to do that. We need to take stock. And we do. People think, protect the victory. People have misunderstood that.
Right.
When the Prime Minister says, he knows what he's talking about, where we came from, what we inherited. We do not want to go back. History is important,
Right.
History must teach us. This is where we are. Do we want to go back to that mess?
Exactly.
Or look at what we have now, look at the progress you're making, and we're going forward.
In other words, the victory was not just an electoral victory. It was a victory over many things. It was a victory over bad governance. It was a victory over lack of accountability. It was a victory over victimization. A lot of those and vindictiveness.
Yes.
Too. It was a victory over those things among so many others.
Oh yeah, and when one of the things which really have irked me, the Belrose Doctrine. And today I sent you 2 clips yesterday.
We're gonna play them as soon as
in a while, because because we have to show this is what one party stood for, one administration, and this is what this administration stands for. Let's look at the contrast. You understand? So these are the kind of things we need to speak, we need to articulate, we need to flesh out. So people out there, because there are a lot of people, surprisingly, Shelton, they are not informed, They don't know, because some of them are not active on social media. You understand? Sometimes even Yadi, Jaim, you sometimes, we rush things and we don't take our time to dissect. And I understand you have a program for an hour and you want to do so many things. But sometimes you have to stop. Discuss an issue at length. Look at what obtains, so people can understand. So we don't rush. And I'm happy that the walk has been postponed to August, So today is the 9th, the 9th. So between the 9th now, today, and the 26th, I think it is, of August.
Of August, yeah.
We have some time to deal with the issues, the programs, the policies, the niceties that the Philippine administration have brought about, as opposed to what we inherited and what we knew, what we came. I mean, we were choking.
It's the 25th of August.
25th of August,
yes.
so important date.
Yes.
So August is going to be, I mean, it's on the first emancipation.
Yeah, the first is
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
a number of major announcements will be made. So that month of August is going to be historic. And then we're coming down to we're going to work with our
Prime Minister and political
and the cabinet. You know, a lot of us were shackled because constraints of the job, etc. But we need to come out and let them know that they are not alone.
All right.
Yeah?
Okay. Well, thank you very much for this introduction, this scene setter that you've provided us with there. I want to say I believe that your message is quite on point. That rather than spending all the time, rebutting and countering the falsehoods and the lies and the misrepresentations, let us take some time to not just present people with the truth, but to reinforce it through repetition.
That's right.
To show it to them over and over again what is being achieved and what is being done and so on. And sometimes you have to take a walk down memory lane.
That's right.
The little current things that are being done to distract and to never give you a chance, almost to smother you from bringing out the achievements and so on. You simply have to take a little walk down memory lane and see what obtained. And you've mentioned the Belrose Doctrine. So can we now play, a little video?
Because even before we go there, Sheldon, let me say, government has to be continuous.
Yes.
So sometimes one of the clips you're going to show there, I'm in it, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay.
Goes way back to Kenny Anthony's administration. Because you see, Labour, bread, freedom, justice.
Yes.
We have policies that we have implemented.
That's right.
And there must be continuity.
You treat government as being continuous.
Continuous.
You don't just go stopping projects and terminating people's employment and stopping this and that and the
so,
other.
So the Honorable Philip J. Pierre is not starting. I mean, government did not start on the 26th of July, 2021. He didn't start there. Some people believe that's when the world started for us.
And respectfully, he did not always also consider that the opposition, small as it was, had lost the right to speak.
Correct. So some of the things you go back.
Yeah.
I mean, when you talk about education, sorry, I know a little bit about it, not too much. When you look at the RC Boys. I'm originally from RC Boys Primary. I went to school there. I taught there for a number of years with the great MacArthur. I say the great MacArthur Farwell because MacArthur Farwell was a light, an example. I will never ever forget this gentleman. He was the example that he set for us as teachers. We try to copy that.
I don't know anybody who doesn't speak highly of him.
Oh no, yeah, man. And don't forget, we were on the shift system. A shift system which was supposed to be temporary. Okay, up comes Dr. Anthony, Mario Michel and company, and they revolutionize what they did in education. Built new secondary schools, Dean Paulette, got us off shift. We were on shift for what, 30-something years?
Yes.
A temporary thing.
Let us look at the Marigo Secondary School,
all of them.
the John Odlum School and so on.
Then they gave us universal secondary education.
They laid the groundwork, they laid the foundation. Negotiated with the World Bank. Yes,
correct.
To get that.
Universal secondary. And when the other party came in, they tried to knock it, universal.
Course, yes.
I mean, everywhere, universal secondary education, you have to build your human resource. They were knocking that.
Well,
so we got that. Then Dr. Anthony's wisdom, the bursary program. Then it came with the one laptop per child. You have to give him his dues.
Exactly.
And that's where I want to start.
And even though that is not strictly education, when we talk about education, the Labour Party under Dr. Anthony built the bodily correctional facility, and they also made education a central plank of the rehabilitation program there, because that is where we began to hear about prisoners sitting there, CXC,
that's right,
being able to enroll and getting, all those kind of things.
Under the Didicus and stuff. And Mario, he's now the Chief Justice.
Yes.
Mario Michel.
Yes.
A lot was done to revolutionize, and people were knocking that.
Yeah.
You have prisoners in the inmates writing CSEC subjects and passing.
And almost all of them
Passing,
successful.
yes.
Can you imagine that? What it is about the prison environment which gave them that focus, which gave them that understanding of the need that they had to raise up the bar for themselves, uplift themselves, their lives and
Now we have, well, let's say Sean again. Now 4 new schools. We have to talk about that. Maybe not today, and we have to connect the dots because when you have TVET education, 4 schools, children go in there getting skills. I think that's going to save a lot of our young people.
Right.
A lot of the kids who are in secondary school, not that they are problematic, but they are bored.
Right.
Not that people say they are not academic. They are academic. They are bright. They're intelligent, but they are bored. So now you could match. You match them to a skill. When they graduate, Shelton, there's always a method to the madness. There's the where you get the grant for the young people, youth economy. These kids now will be able to. So we're going to discuss that because you have to connect the dots and see how Philip J. Pierre and the SLP administration they are thinking.
Right.
When people say Philip Sapler, he has plans. This guy has plans, and we're going to we have to connect the dots and show how everything on the plank is connected. So we have to save out. Crime. Yes, there's an immediate situation, but down the road, how can we save these young people, get them off the streets? We gave them the skills. So those 4 new schools that are opening, TechVoc, brilliant.
All right.
You see the political will?
Sure.
Brilliant.
So you're saying the laptop distribution clip is the one we should play first?
Play the first one with Babylon Secondary School. That's the one I could have found.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So the laptop
I want to set it up in
do
context.
you have it lined up? Okay.
Yeah,
Let's play that one.
110 laptops were distributed to students of the Babono Secondary School, with an additional 30 presented to teachers at the school during a brief ceremony on Friday morning. The Minister for Education, Dr. Robert Lewis, profited the opportunity to address critics of the multi-million-dollar laptop program, saying that any money spent on education should never be seen as wasted money, but rather as an investment in the nation's future.
Students, the laptop is a tool that you can use to further your education, to extend the classroom. There are many persons who will tell you all the disadvantages of giving students a laptop or desktop. I've been saying throughout this week, a car can get in here and kill maybe all of us. One vehicle can do that. But a car is a very important tool if it is used properly. So when we had arguments that we are wasting money on education, you must put that person to sit down and say, you can never spend too much on education.
Parliamentary Representative for Babono, Alvina Reynolds, was also on hand for the presentation. Speaking of her experience as a teacher in the United Kingdom, where the use of computers and other technology was commonplace, she expressed her satisfaction with strides being made by the Education Ministry to bring the local education sector up to par. Principal of the school, Terence Fenelon, expressed similar sentiments, suggesting that the day would soon come when the only school tool needed would be a laptop or other computer device.
I believe we're moving into a new age, a technological age, and this is just one of the other steps of moving forward. Information now is readily available, and yes, as I think it was the minister or the prime minister saying, very soon, students will just need a laptop or thumb drive to come to school. Everything would be preloaded on the laptop. And as such, we as teachers have to move from the analog age into this new age. And so we have to change our teaching methods, our teaching styles. And this can only help the students once used properly.
Hundreds of parents attended Friday's presentation ceremony to sign agreements and to be briefed on the state-of-the-art security features of the laptops, including a built-in remote tracking system to allow for quick retrieval in the event of theft. For the DBS News World, Kendall Burton reporting.
Folks, this is the real issues on this Tuesday, the 9th of July 2024. My guest in the studio with me today is Mr. Terence Fenelon, a retired school principal and a gentleman who I can describe as a public affairs commentator. analyst even. He looks at things, he dissects them, and he really shares his considerable views as an extremely experienced person who's been in the system and able to observe things and bring with it a lot of knowledge that he has accumulated. He will comment on that video which we have just played, as well as other matters that he believes should be of importance and concern to all of us after this break.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. the man.
For tuning into and staying with the real issues on Real FM Radio 91.3 North, 91.5 South, simulcasting on NBC Television, channel 120 on the Flow cable service. We are also on Facebook Live and streaming live as well on YouTube. Cornelia Jacob, I gotta say a special good afternoon to you. She says, you're jealous of me. Of course I am. Who wouldn't be? And if the WhatsApp number has changed, it should reflect on the ticker above the name of the show. Are we still pushing 724? No, we should be pushing 487-9849. Okay, do we have that? Are we good on that? Okay, it's 487-9849. She adds, DJ X indeed. Shane is wonderful. Yes, that's what he was known when he was in the studio with me, DJ X, but he's Shane Stephen, as we hear him reporting in the news. Who's the handsome man next to you? I think you know by now. And she says, I finally put a face to the voice. You mean you didn't know Terence Fenelon all that time? Okay, well, now you know it. And guess who you have to thank for that? I expect my due reward and compensation and payment and whatever it is. Your chest is already swollen. Whoa, of course, yes, due to my corpulence, Of course, I have a big chest. All right, shots fired. Not exactly sure what you're alluding to there. People took you seriously about me canceling the show and so on? Of course they would, because there's mischief value in it. Okay. There's another young man called Miguel Favre who says, so my partner wasn't BSing, because he's the one who told me, suggested to me or indicated that Terence Fenelon wouldn't mind being on the show with me. And he says, I will not miss that chance to call with my partner on. Lol, do you ever miss a chance, even when he's not on, Miguel? Are you telling me that you abandon me sometimes, and that it's Terence Fenelon who causes you to tune in? I don't think so. I thought I was the one to thank. I want royalties. Don't you worry about it. I'll have the royalties. I'll drink your beer for you, okay? I'll drink the beers and so on that you buy, that you push in front of me, and that will be your royalties, the honor of me, Pawom. Labia Pawom, okay? So don't come and tell me about Obahabamawom, all right? And, I'll drink a couple of beers and I'll chase them down with a ginger ale, okay, Miguel? And now what we're doing, beer and ginger ale. Same company, same sauce. Folks, my guest in the studio, Mr. Terence Fenelon, retired school principal, and a man who now uses his retirement time, among other things, to comment on public affairs of the country. You saw the video that we had about the laptop distribution program, something that he was very supportive of and felt that he had a lot in terms of his reputation as an educator invested in and so on. So I'll let him comment on that and lead us down other things that he considers important.
Yes, because that was the time of Dr. Kenny Anthony. I've been an educator by nature.
Yes.
He was a teacher before, right? President, I think, of the St. Lucia Teachers Union also. So he's a guy who understood education. And he saw where we were heading, the future. Introduced the laptop programs, amongst other things. You saw Dr. Lewis, Robert Lewis. He's now the ambassador to Taiwan. And you notice, hundreds of people, they said, came to sign.
After all.
There you were not asked, what is your party affiliation, who you support. Every child. Because that's the ethos of the SLP, of an SLP administration.
A party that does not cut off the constituency development program.
Nothing like that. We don't
just because the MP is from the
or somebody come and say 90% of the people in STEP are SLP, and he fires everybody because they are not solutions and they must not eat.
This kind of thing that you do.
When we say protect the victory, this is what we are protecting it from, that kind of discrimination.
That's right.
So you saw everybody got. They came in, all they had to do was sign a form. We never asked them where you live, who's your parliamentary representative, what is your party affiliation, what color you're wearing. Everyone was catered for. Correct?
That's right.
Because that was the future. Play the other clip. Let us see the difference now in the modus operandi of the two administrations.
Right.
Today we were here to present to some students within the Castries East constituency a laptop to really assist them in doing the work that is required of them over the next few years. As you know, the government of St. Lucia is committed to the development of the e-book learning program, and of course through the Ministry of Economic Affairs we were able to source some assistance for those children in need, and we're very happy that the ministry was able to come through for us, and of course we are grateful to the Minister Guy Joseph for the support that he's given us with this initiative. On behalf of the parents and everybody else involved, we just want to say thank you so much to the government of St. Lucia for making that investment, in the young people of this constituency.
Rihanna and Natasha Chico, Natasha the mom, presented with her. She's an SJC Form 1 student. Daniel Amide, Phoebe Monrose, Coram Secondary and Form 1 student.
That school is closed and most of the work is being done online, and when you don't have a laptop you are at disadvantage. And this afternoon Ms. Burrows and her team made it possible that my daughter can receive a laptop and all of the other families here so they can do their work, and I thank her greatly and her team. Thank you.
I want to thank Ms. Burrows for giving me a computer for my online studies.
I'm very thankful for the laptop. I've been waiting for it for so long. I'm very thankful. Thank you very much.
We are going to let ex-principal Terence Fenelon comment on this, but maybe I can just start him off with a question. Those laptops that Fortuna Belrose, of all people, was involved in handing out, were they by any chance the type of laptops that people can eat? Since we're being told people don't eat laptops.
Yes, sir. No, I want the viewers, your listeners, to understand what is happening here. You came in, you met a very good program, one laptop per child. And let me tell you something, Shelton. A lot of poor children would never have been able to afford a laptop. They were given laptops for free. I saw children cry. There's one thing, one image indelibly etched on my mind. That child from Hospital Road, when she got that laptop, she held it and she cried. That's why she said she would never have been able to afford a laptop. Her mom would never. I mean, come on. She cherished it. I could tell you when she went to Alpha, her homeroom teachers, 2 females, I will not call the name, ensured that she had a brand new one, followed her through. She did her internship at Sea Island Cotton. We followed up to that level. Now, after that, I lost track. But that's the difference. So you came in, you found a beautiful program, but it was not done by you, because you see, anything the Labour Party does, you have to match it up.
You have to match it up.
Because it's not your idea.
And not just
match
that,
up.
you want to discredit the Labour Party and Kenny Anthony and so on, that they did nothing good. Whatever is good in the country, you did it.
So our children suffered. They were deprived. I mean, sometimes karma. So we had the pandemic. You were caught between the devil and the deep blue sea now. You understand?
Yes.
So you had to find some way. But look at what is happening. They knew very well. You see, it takes a diabolical mind to do that kind of thing. You all knew the value of laptops. You all knew. But you stopped it because it was an SLP initiative. But you're on the field in the Prime Minister's, well, he was then Phillips, Mr. Pierre's constituency. Right. You are not the rep. But there you are quietly giving laptops to whom? To whom? Your supporters, children of your supporters.
That's right.
Unlike you saw Dr. Lewis, every child in every school, well, they were eligible, you got one. It didn't matter who you were.
That's right.
What party your parents supported. No. About the education of our children.
That's right.
But here you are. You know the value. Something you stopped. But you see?
You're going to continue it.
And we have Fortuna Belrose, who was the exponent. She gave voice to the Belrose doctrine.
It's named after her.
That's right. You don't vote for me, you don't get.
That's right.
Look at that classic example of victimization, using state funds to victimize citizens. You understand? So you're cutting off the other worthy students who have worked, gained access to secondary schools, who are also affected by the pandemic, who need a laptop. You're depriving them of that because you perceive that the parents did not vote for you, but you're going to take care. And listen to one of the first names that was called, you know.
By Joseph.
No. The first person who got a laptop. Famous name.
Tell me again.
Chico? Not that I'm knocking them, but I'm just telling you, you see.
Yes.
So you could tell it was just, you use state funds to victimize and to discriminate.
Yes.
You understand? So you're giving us a living example of the Belrose doctrine in action.
The kind of thinking which is as primitive.
It's diabolical.
It's primitive, it's antiquated.
So when the Prime Minister says protect the victory, that is what we have to protect against.
Protect the victory over that
kind of thing.
Yes.
We do not want to go back there. We want to know at the September or whenever laptops are being given, every child, regardless of what color your parent is wearing, gets, because we have to. We have to build up our human resource, and we cannot discriminate. And here you have it live and in living color. Everybody should have that as a reminder. You play that over and over. You should even send that in the group, so that people will know this is what we are protecting the victory against.
Exactly. They try to make protecting the victory sound as like it is some kind of insidious, pernicious agenda that we have. We are protecting the victory over discrimination and victimization and vindictiveness and that kind of thing that we saw. That's it. It's a victory over those things.
So you understand? So history is important. So when people say we must give these fellows a chance and we must not talk about them, we have a frame of reference.
Exactly.
We are not talking in a vacuum. So we are saying, no, this is what they did and this is what we are doing. This is what we have to guard against.
You have to measure up what they are saying now against what they actually did.
So we have our frame of reference, and we're going to continue to do that. So if they think that we are giving no, we are not. We are showing you what it is that they did, the bad things, what it is that we are doing, and what we are not doing.
And you know what is critically important, which I have said before. Not only did they do those things, but in the time since they were booted out of office, you have never heard any one of them come out and repudiate it and say, okay, that was a mistake, we did wrong, we've since been able to review and to think it. They basically are doubling down on everything that they did and justifying it and like it was right and so on. There's absolutely no sense of remorse or penitence or whatever it is about it. So you can bet, should they ever get a foot in the door of power again, they're going to do these same things and they will do worse.
No, but they are spineless because, when you have taken an oath to totally submit, Shelton, that is but that's a hell of a thing.
Yes.
As a man that you're taking away my spine and I'm going to totally submit. So everything you say and do, I have to agree to. Even if my conscience will tell me, but that isn't right.
Yes.
You cannot do that. You understand? Like I have to call his name, the member for Choiseul. In the house when Honorable Richard Frederick is on his feet and keeps reminding him how he signed us away to T.O.R. King by back clause of $2 billion and you did not read the contract. He now very feebly stands up on a point of order. But the records are there.
They want to come and retell history in a manner.
Revisionist history. You can't. We won't allow you to because we have the receipts.
Yes, but you have to ask yourself, how does somebody like Bradley Felix, and indeed his leader Alan Shasney, how those fellas can in conscience see every month since the Labour Party took office, they are getting their constituency development fund allocation, like everybody else. And for them to not feel a pull of conscience to say, my goodness, we spent 5 years and for no reason or anything that they did to us or did wrong, we just cut off the allocation. Not to them, but to the constituencies. Like those constituencies suddenly became nobody.
That's right.
Non-people. They suddenly became something, absolutely despicable to us. and you did not give them, and they come in and they're giving it to you.
And he stands up proudly. Of course, I get $400,000 a quarter. You know what I mean? Boss, because and you
absolutely somewhat arrogant. And I'm saying, not once can you ever stand up in the house and say, look, we were wrong and it should not have happened and so on, because that is all part of the program of submission.
That's right.
You must never critique negatively anything,
because you cannot tell me
exactly
you were in Soufrière with the Prime Minister. You hugged the Prime Minister. You were all jolly and everything. You're joking, and the next day
you're back
because you were summoned and you read the riot act,
dressed down,
like a little boy. So now you have to come and show that you are a big man, and you have to try and diss the Prime Minister when you were there all cordial, nice, happy time. I mean, it says something about these guys, Shelton, and that is why we have to ensure that these fellas never see inside of the House of Parliament again. It's pathetic.
Yes,
it's really pathetic. I mean, I can't understand it. You know, the Prime Minister gave an example. I was following the live in his constituency. Somebody said that the entire cabinet went to Miku to open a toilet. The Prime Minister tried to play it in the house, but apparently his phone got jammed or something. So he's saying that when they went outside, this gentleman went up to Jeremiah and said, I never said that. Imagine that.
Yes.
I never said that.
Yeah. And when he was shown the video.
When he was shown the video, he scored.
He just walked away.
He didn't even say, boy, in the heat of the battle, boy, I didn't even realize
or at least give a little silly shin grin,
Boy, I didn't mean that.
Until we
laugh and say, that's what I mean. I was just joking.
He just turned his back and he walked away. Yeah.
Man, that
this goes to show you that there is a sociopathic state of mind there. Somebody who cannot come to a point of admitting that he was wrong or remorse, and he doesn't have it in him. I mean, when you hear this guy talking about they're wasting the people's money on halls of justice and this kind of thing, and you say, okay, between halls of justice, the cost of that, but a man who can come to work every day on a government-provided, state-owned vehicle that is assigned to him, and a man can instruct to leave that vehicle idling every single day from the time he comes at 7 to the time he leaves at 7 in the evening or whatever time he leaves, with the AC on to leave it idling, which has implications for the runtime of the vehicle. The runtime of the vehicle has implications for the servicing of the vehicle, the wear of the vehicle, the expected life of that vehicle and so on. You're doing it all this thing. A man who can go and can find no better place to stay than one that costs £2,000 sterling per night, for 8 nights, just like that, on the people's dime.
Because it's not your money.
On the people's dime, you don't.
So you could take 7.3 million and give it to your friend to go and make messages. As they say, I feel commission. Look, $7.3 million.
He buy less than half of what he was, and the change he can never give
change. And then you have the audacity to come and say, well, we are lucky that we are able to get anything back. And I mean, and that's the kind of person you're going to support. I mean, come on, man. Shelton, we have to do better than that.
Honestly.
So we go to, and we have to that mantra, protecting the victory. We have to make that front and center.
Protecting the victory is basically a never again.
History is important. We have to make the people understand this is what we came from, right? This is what we have now. I mean, Philip JPI is doing his. I find this guy is too nice, This guy, his soul, everything about him is helping people. Philip JPI. I mean, the pensioners. That's another thing. You were in the Senate. That bill that was being debated. You're raising people from $300 to $750.
Yes.
And Dr. Ferrapolius will stand up and say, they hope they are not. Some people are not victimized.
Victimized.
This is a PhD. This is somebody who was in the profession. You should know how the system works. How could we victimize? Shelton, I mean, there are times when I think, if you have nothing to say, say nothing.
We have never heard that before about people being deprived of their pension because of who they are and so on. We've never heard it. Even Labour Party supporters who might have wanted to throw some shade at the NIC under UWP, they never have alleged that. They never have alleged that I'm not getting my pension because it has never even been remotely considered as a factor, all of a sudden you come in a
but you're going to put that in Hansard.
And when she wants to justify what she's saying, she goes back to something that is 34 years old. Castri's Apparel, which
Mr. Leo Clark.
Mr. Leo Clark was the manager. But that happened under Flambeau government, under Flambeau government it happened. So what did they do about it?
If you have nothing to say, keep your thoughts. You should have just stood up. I support the bill. Case closed. So, but Shelton, there is so much more, Shelton.
I invited you here. This is your time.
Yeah. I mean, when we talk about the distress fund, you see, every program, every social program meant to help the poor and the marginalized, this guy took away.
Yeah, you're pulling the rug out from all of them, pulling the rug out from everything.
It shows a mindset.
Yes.
The distress fund. Yeah. I mean, a person, if a little house gets burned, the house gets burned, you give them a little $30,000-$40,000 back on their feet. You stand up in the house and say, well, the mendicant mentality, and then go and get insurance. I mean, it takes a compassionate man to think of that, that started under Kenyans, right?
Yes.
It takes a compassionate man, a man of the people, to know, well, we have those, we have people among us who need our help.
Right.
And you put that in place to help them. But you come in, bull in a China shop, you just destroy it.
Yes.
So these people now have to go and beg and stuff. When we have a little fund, it's not much, $1 million, to help our people in times of need.
Right.
You understand? In times of need, Shelton, and you take that away from them.
And now that the government has a housing assistance program to help people, there is no shortage of criticism from the UWP about it, Oh, these houses, they're so small. Oh, these houses, when the people lie down their feet outside. Oh, this, is a constant negative poo-pooing and downplaying and of talk,
It just shows you, that they're searching for something, they can't. Because, Philip, he's a straight guy.
Yes.
There's not a whiff of corruption around him. He does not tolerate corruption.
Right.
And he's ensuring that his ministers toe the line. Because you can't embarrass us. No, we campaigned against that. Cannot be on that. All right? So, we have to be on the straight and narrow. So, you have nothing, they have nothing to go about.
Right.
They'll even hitch their wagon to a fraudster.
Nice one. They've hitched their wagon to a fraudster.
I mean, because I have nothing. I want to bring down Pip. I want to take him down. Sorry if I say Pips. My audience, forgive me.
I mean,
it just came out.
It's just basically the spirit of endearment.
Sorry about that. So, I'm looking for anything I can get. So, this guy comes up. He has a matter. He thinks he has a matter against St. Kitts, but if he gets on advice from whoever, let me try to hit St. Lucia one time. And these guys were prepared to commit treason,
Yes.
To side with a fraudster against your country.
Yeah.
When all of us should be joining hands to say hello, because the ramifications of that.
Yes.
When you sit and think of, boy, the implication, man, we cannot have that.
Yeah.
You're going to hitch your wagon to a fraudster to try to destroy your country.
A guy of ill repute, anyhow you look at him. The guy's a jailbird.
So we need to protect our victory, the victory, Shelton, because we cannot have people like that.
Yes.
We cannot be in their midst. We must isolate them. We must forever send them into the people of history.
Yes.
People who are prepared to commit treason.
Anything that is anti-St. Lucia.
St. Lucia,
anything that is to the overthrow and supplanting and subversion of St. Lucia, that you dare with it and so on. I mean, this guy's behave like this Martinez thing was like the greatest thing that they had achieved, the best thing that had happened to them. And they were they were flying a flag about it. And I look at this thing. Martinez has never done business with St. Lucia.
Never.
He never had any connection with RCIP. Yeah. He never had any connection with Galaxy's operations in St. Lucia. Nothing like that. Tell me T.O.R. King. But he was flying the flag about T.O.R. King in Parliament once.
Yes.
Oh, T.O.R. King is going to sue us. And T.O.R. King, like you can sense the glee in the man that St. Lucia gonna take it. St. Lucia gonna get it,
But you know what surprised me in the debate in the House? I try to follow all of them. When I'm not sure if it's Richard or whoever was hitting Martinez. This man was actually standing up to defend
standing
Martinez.
up on point of order like he's Martinez's advocate.
I was
like he's Martinez's spokesman, you notice there are some people.
Unbelievable.
You can't talk about in the parliament, whether in the Senate or not, for somebody not to be jumping up like a jack in the box to objecting. You talk about Sanders. Oh, there's one of them. It's like he's still in the employ of Sanders. They're attacking you. So anything Richard say about Martinez, he's on his feet to try to defend. You can always know when somebody has something invested in those kind of devious things.
That's right.
And you know what it is they have invested, that they are involved in it a lot more than they want to make you believe.
I was in shock to hear this guy stand up to defend Martinez's good name. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me, man. A man who is trying to destroy us. You have hitched your wagon, your thing to his wagon to try to bring us down. You say you have never met the man, but you're going to stand up and defend him with so much vigor. Sheldon, there's something else two things.
It seems like the Martinez thing get foul for it, and just like so many.
But they had nowhere to go. I mean, the Amos wet. When the Amos is wet.
That's right. The gunner you gotta keep your powder dry, and he can't keep no powder dry there.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Amos got wet. The catching of the subvention to the St. Lucia National Trust, and the reason for it. Now I'm going to defend Mr. Tulsi, because Mr. Tulsi, I'm not sure if I took lessons from him once move across to but this is a guy who came here who earned the stripes,
That's right.
This man was educated so many St. Lucians,
especially in mathematics. Specialist math teacher.
He gave of his time, volunteered.
That's right.
In the National Trust, son.
Before that, I think he was also planning in the planning and environment department and so on. He worked, and then he moved to the National Trust. This man has a long and stellar record of public service in St. Lucia.
Impeccable record.
Yeah.
You claim the man told a lie on you because you wanted to blow up Pigeon Island to put a dolphin park because that was your father's dream. So you wanted to blow it up. And rightfully,
like George Odlum would say, this man has no sense of historicity about him. There is no kind of understanding and appreciation and connection to history.
Imagine that you want to blow up Pigeon Island.
Everything is about a hotel. We can put a hotel there, and we can put a supermarket there, and we can put a dolphin park there. There is no sense of the connection to the past nothing
Shelton,
like
come
that.
on, okay. He's not one of. Sorry, I won't put that. He doesn't understand our history, our traditions, etc. Okay, but he sat with other men and women who should have known better, and not one of them stood up to defend. You see this thing, total submission. When Honorable Richard Frederick said that, I dismissed it. I do not think that was possible. That a man would tell other grown-ups that you have to.
There's a lot of things Richard told us, and at the time we were skeptical. When he said about how a certain man's father told him that this guy spends money like a child who had never seen toys or never had toys or whatever it was. How this guy is wasteful and thing with money and so on. I was one who came out publicly and criticized Richard Frederick. I said, if the man's father spoke to you man to man confidentially, whatever and so on. But later on I realized maybe it's the best thing Richard did to prick up our ears, to make us alert and so on to the danger that was coming upon us if we had done so.
So going back to, you want to blow up Pigeon Island to put a dolphin park because it's your father's dream. I want you, the listeners, radio, those who are watching us on Facebook, and to understand that the history. Sir John was able to connect from the St. Lucia National Trust with Sir Julian Hunt to preserve
Robert DeVoe.
I mean that history and stuff. We enjoy that now. There's jazz now. Well, jazz in trouble, so the fellas better come good. You know what I mean? But that is there to preserve for us. You want to come and blow it up because your father had a dream of having a dolphin park. Rightfully, Brother Tulsi stands up and says, no. Because of that, you're going to cut off your nose to spite your face. You're going to starve them.
Immediately, without any warning. And it wasn't to say you reduce the subvention. It just zero, nothing for you.
And nobody around him, not Bradley.
I mean, come on.
Nobody around going to say, but you can't do that. That's our patrimony. That's our heritage.
No, you forget what your patrimony
is. Yeah, it's credit rating.
It's a credit rating, you know.
And to show you how diabolical and vindictive jazz, you refuse to have any event there because you want to starve them of cash, so they cannot raise any money. No rental.
Yes. So
you went everywhere.
Come up with a solar this and that
and everywhere. Yeah. So nothing could happen there. Shelton, that mind is not a mind.
This man was trying to disband and dissolve the National Trust. That's what he was thinking of doing. If he could disband and dissolve, because once you show any resistance or opposition to him, you have to be totally.
But Shelton, and those around him. Now I have to be hitting Bradley because he's the one.
And Bradley's a banker. You know, Bradley should have a better appreciation. You know, and Bradley's supposed to be a man who's been involved in community things, heritage things, and so on, preservation of old.
When you go to Choiseul
Mill and this kind of thing.
Yes, this mill and thing. Yeah. That's supposed to be.
You know, Bradley should have a mind about that. Bradley some time ago was joining with people from outside his constituency, Safi, to oppose plans for the establishment of a quarry, you know, in this kind of area.
Wonderful.
Because of what it would have. So that means you a man who at least claims to have a kind of mind, you know, that has to do with things environmental and heritage and those kind of things about you, you know.
So why could he not have stood up?
It just goes to show these are the times when people show us who and what they really are. You know, but we have to take a break right now. Let's take it, and when we come back, you'll continue, and we'll have to make some time for the callers.
No problem.
Yeah.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Choiseul, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Hence, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you, at Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The voice.
On this Tuesday, it is day 9 of month number 7, 2024. My guest in the studio with me, retired school principal Terence Fenelon. And, he's expressing himself and his views, his informed and experienced views on a range of subjects, public affairs, issues, and so on. Someone says, excellent show, Shelton. Bravo, Brother Fenelon. Speak, comrade. And I can tell you this is Senator Dr. Alison Jean, who has put this in. And we have another one which speaks about it. I'll leave that one. Says, hi, Shelton. We need to have Mr. Fenelon back. The fire in him is exciting. We need him back. On the Real Issues WhatsApp group, we have someone else who has put in some very incisive comments. And one of them is that Garçon, I ain't the sharpest knife in the political drawer, but since the James Heppel and boxing in paradise flights of fancy, I dismiss Chasney as just another Alexis Goua movement, confirmed when he demolished the Soufre Bridge on the verge of running for that seat. All right, so I'm sure we all can remember that. But let's go back over to Mr. Fenelon, and if we have anyone on the line, we will take the call, all right? I think we had the state where we should. Hi, caller. Good afternoon. Real Issues. I think we had the state where we should. Hi, caller. Good afternoon. Real Issues. Hello.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Don't make the mistake of less experienced people of listening to us on the thing.
I trying to mute the TV there and the remote want to give me stress, so I have to run outside.
All right. Let me hand you over to the principal for appropriate discipline. Go ahead.
I need to be disciplined.
I done with that. I tell you what I had to tell you already. So go ahead and say what you have to say.
I don't need to be disciplined.
Report yourself.
Reward, right?
Okay.
Right? You wanted a reward. I'll deal with the principal because I can handle them.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted a reward, right?
I got your ginger ale. I got your ginger ale already, you know. I got your ginger ale already. You sent it up, right?
Good. Yes.
Okay. By some kind of express, Animator Express. I got it already.
Animate Express. Okay, good. So Shelton, I only called to say that I did not really have to call because this show today is so exciting. Listen, very informative. So I'm dealing with the principal now. Mr. Principal, come again soon, because here now, this is really very informative and exciting. But let me make this point regarding the, how you call it again, the laptop program when it was first initiated. I was really afraid. I was so afraid because at the time my children were I had triplets at secondary school, and they were in the classes that were to receive the first disbursement of laptops. So here I am in Viewford South. My children are going to Viewford Compre and Mecoud Secondary. So I'm thinking, my God, we shall not get laptops. My children shall not get laptops. One, because I was flubbo at the time. So I'm saying they will not get on that basis, and on that basis alone, I was wrong. Okay? The first two I've gotten was the one at Viewford Compre. So there were two of the triplets at Mecoud Secondary. So here am I thinking that since one of them has already gotten, the other two may either not get, right, or they may just get one for the two of them. Shelton, again, I was proven wrong. Okay?
Pleasantly so.
Second?
Pleasantly so.
Exactly. So not only was I was wrong that Dr. Anthony never practiced the
Bell-Rose doctrine. Yes.
Okay? And to think that after I gave birth to those triplets in 1998, I was begged to go to Dr. Anthony. Cornelia, go to Dr. Anthony. You have triplets. You need assistance. You're not working, this kind of thing. And in my mind, again, I am still flabber. I say I will never go to Dr. Anthony because the man is not going to want to do anything for me by virtue of me being flabber. I was so wrong about Dr. Anthony. I did not go. I really did not go, regretfully so, but hello, everything happens in God's time. I met Dr. Anthony for the first time. I mean, he introduced himself to me for the first time in 2004. And everything I was told about Dr. Anthony from 1996 to 2004, when Dr. Anthony walked to me and introduced himself to me because I was the animator in the Catholic Church, of course, that's where my Calypso sobriquet came from. And he shook my hand and he said to me, he really admires what I'm doing, and he just wanted to commend me to keep on doing it and whatever. And from there on, Shelton, I began to study Dr. Anthony. I was still flabbo. I remained flabbo for a long time. But I began to study Dr. Anthony and realized that everything that was put in my head about Dr. Anthony and the Labour Party was false. So, unlike what happened in 2016 to 2021, thank God we got rid of that doctrine and the promoter and everything about it. We have come to realize that the Labour Party cares about the little people. They filter down. It's putting people first. Even without the slogan, they were putting people first, putting children first, putting the little man first. Shelton, make sure the principal returns to school and class at the next time as soon as possible. Bye-bye.
So basically you were saying that what the Labour Party has done, the things that it has undone, the things that it has changed, it has corrected, that this is a victory that deserves to be protected, right?
Listen, every young person with a business module in their head, if they can put it on paper, can go to the Youth Economy Agency and get assistance to get it done. Everybody with who is already running a micro business and they don't know how to continue, they don't have the funding, can go across MSME and get assistance. This is a party in government that cares not just about people, but cares generally about everything in this country. Come on, you think Mr. Pierre should have gone to Soufrière and then just see the fishers who were affected will be assisted, will be given 25 to 30 grand. He didn't have to say that. He could have just gone back to his office and said, that was Mother Nature. you know, the fellas are self-employed. You know, he didn't have to do that. But he said it. And look now, Mia Motley has said it to her fisher folk. Okay? So Mr. Pierce thinks outside of the box even before he sees the box. I'm not talking about the St. Jude's box though. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. I had something special to say today. I will leave it for another show because I don't want to spoil a fantastic show. Hats off to Brother Fenelon. All right, that's another message that comes in. Hold on for me, caller. I'm coming to you. Don't go. Just hold on 1 second. Good day, comrades. Can the former principal be made a co-host on Real Issues? Can listen to him all day, just like you, comrade. Okay, what we'll do is that we will rotate him with Miguel, you know. And maybe sometimes, you know, I might even decide I can take a little day off, go by VG Beach, you know, and, you know, dangle my toes in the water and let Miguel and Brother Fenelon run things over there, because I suspect I have someone called Miguel on the line. Good afternoon.
I hope it's your toes you'll be dangling in the water and nothing else.
And nothing else. Nothing else.
Good afternoon, Shelton. Good afternoon, my brother Terry.
Good afternoon, my brother.
But, you know, I don't often agree with Cornelia, but on today's occasion, because everyone else agrees, I will agree with Cornelia that, Terry, you should be a guest or co-host on the show. You know, I just want to touch one thing. Terry, you started mentioning something and you said that you hope that we could speak about it later. I'm hoping that you do, because it's something apart from community development, and you're hand in hand anyway, that I'm very passionate about. It's education. And the fact that we have an additional 4 specialized secondary schools, it's something I've been clamoring for years. I've always said that the part of the revamp of our education system should include secondary schools that specialize in particular areas, whether it be schools for the sciences, the arts, not whether it be all of them, the arts, the sciences, technology, and whatever. Because I've also said as well that the sports academy in general is a good idea, but it can't be done in isolation. And that is part of it. So I'm hoping we can have more discussions on that, Terry. And another thing is that the issue I have again is the one counselor per district for primary schools, and then you allow situations to fester, and there is one counselor at the secondary school level, which makes it a lot difficult. I think that we should have counselors at the primary school, at each school, you know, who can assess when we have issues like ADHD, dyspraxia, dyslexia. I know I sound like a broken record, but I need us to have this conversation. And finally, at the primary school level, infant school level, we need to get away from this one teacher per class. I know some schools have adopted that model, and it's still in a testing phase for some of them, a beta phase. But to have the teachers who are stronger in particular areas, the math specialists, to be the ones teaching the math, so they could teach us different ways of solving a problem, doing a sum and everything. But that's all I have to say, gentlemen. I don't want to have the line any other people to call.
Thank you very much, Miguel. Thanks, appreciate it. Any comments from you on based on these and a couple of the calls we've had here?
Well, since I seem to have found favor with your listeners and viewers, because we have a long list, we have to look at what I call the sins.
Of course, yes, of course.
The transgressions.
Yeah, and you're not limited or restricted to two, I can assure you.
To look at the goodies, because we're coming down to the work. We have to build up.
Yes.
So we have to juxtapose these things, see see the good things,
in
elaborate on them.
So wind up and store our steps.
Right.
So all we do is that we're just extending them on the road.
As we march to victory again. Yeah?
We have a call on the line. Good afternoon, the Real Issues.
Shelton, good afternoon to you and your guest.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Today's show was well timed. Today's show is well up. We are going into the 2 years.
3 years.
We're going to the 2 years before the election.
Oh, okay. Understand you.
Right.
Okay.
And this is the time the victory needs to be protected more and explained and promoted. And this show today has started the promotion of who and what the Central Labour Party is. I'm hoping that our detractors can get copies of it and listen to it and get to their senses and try and see whether they can better it by saying what they have done better than the Central Labour Party has done. And collectively, it is not over this term. I'm happy that you all started way back. And I'm happy that Dr. Anthony's name has been mentioned plentifully. I listened to Philip J. Pierre's annual general meeting, and the name Dr. Anthony was well carved in there. I want to tell St. Lucia that I run against Dr. Anthony. I did it because the United Workers' Party was in a worse position that they are in right now. And I want to say to them that immediately after that, I grung my boots, I grung my political boots, and waited till 2003 to make up my mind to get back into Labour, because I was Labour before. And I want to say to the United Workers' Party that you do not have a party, you do not have a leader. Try and find something better to get St. Lucia in a better state, because what you are doing right now is destroying yourself, and I'm happy that we are sounding you, that we will protect the victory and we will protect St. Lucia. Brothers, have a blessed afternoon.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Well, Shelton, it's not our business to give the opposition any ideas. It's our business to advance our cause.
Yes.
And we're going to do so with truth. And that is something the political leader stands by.
Yes. Okay.
The truth.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, caller, we're coming to you, and I think, Jaquan, we may need a little extra time today, because I think we have many people who want to call. The excitement around Brother Fenelon, while I knew it was going to be there, but it has certainly exceeded even my very extensive expectations. You're on the air now. Go ahead.
Yeah, Shelton, I just wanted to find out. I've been hearing about the match. Can you give me a date and time of that match?
Sunday, the 25th of August, 2024.
The Sunday, the 25th of August.
Yes, that's the time. Before it was scheduled for July, but it has been moved and finalized to the 25th of August.
25th of August.
Yes.
What time?
All right. The time, I believe, is the start time is. Let me make sure I give you correct information. 2:30 p.m. at the VG playing field. All right.
Okay.
Then yes.
Okay, we start at the VG and we end where?
Then we march through the city, or we walk through the city, and then we end at the Castries market steps.
Okay. Another thing. What color attire should we wear?
Man, come on. That's a no-brainer, man.
Those persons that don't want to. Those persons that don't want to show themselves.
Well, I mean, they're welcome to wear any color. You're welcome to wear any color except yellow, Okay? You're welcome to wear any color except yellow. Okay? You have full freedom to wear a color.
We accepting yellow, Sheldon.
That's a Saudi. That's a. Pas fait
we need the yellow to come across.
But not on that day. Not on the day of protecting the victory.
Okay, we'll make available shirts by the market on that day or the day before, so that the persons that don't want to come in the colors, the colors, they can come in to show solidarity for.
So what you gonna make available? Yellow shirts?
No.
Oh,
yellow. No, I'm talking about red shirts.
Okay. Because now do so Kavina le pièce calte vibe jaune gars moi personally kai ko with
no pas même venir et puis orange, because orange is in the past.
Gars joue ça quoi do ba so joue ça pas même mahebe pour do no pe on kai me be because bear de le kai jaune autant ça me do là
pas même tout calte bear cake butter.
Yeah, so you got it there, okay? Starting VG playing field, 2:30 p.m. through the city, and the walk ends on the Castries market steps. So you know there's gonna be action, at the University of the People,
But you know one thing, I'll tell you something. The Prime Minister, why I'm saying the Prime Minister, Mr. Shasney is upset about that. He said, "Can you believe they're having a match? A match against what?" He's afraid. He's afraid to see the masses that's going to be there. We're going to show him what it is to match and to match for progress.
All right. Est-ce que vous avez dit pas mistake ou quoi que Mr. Chasney, the Prime Minister? Et plus vous avez dit about affaire. Plus vous avez dit about écoutez, had about welcome Jean-Jean, est-ce que vous suspect? Bon, I track voix, n'a passé about tout le monde qui côté bé. Depuis tant voix.
I agree with you, and I want to fix that in my faculties so I don't make the mistake of that.
All right, okay,
Never
my friend. Okay, all right. We're hitting 2:00 almost now, so we may get cut off at any time because of a lotto ad that, unlike other ads that is in our system, it comes on live, so we have to go for it at any time, and then we'll come back. So we're going into extra time today, all right? But Jaquan, just give me the signal when it's ready. Great show, Shelton. Mr. Fendelon, please come again. And someone else says, Fendelon is doing an excellent job. Great PR. All right. We have a call on the line. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
What's up, Terry boy?
Hey, Alpha boy. What took you so long?
I thought you had to lose your touch, you know. I feel you have a touch as a school teacher, man. What's up, boy?
I'm good, Rafa. I'm good, brother Alpha.
Yeah, man. Well, I see today you give us a little history of the party.
Well, it's not just the party. It's about the country. It's about being a good citizen and ensuring that you have to safeguard your country. And if you love your country, you have to speak up. Safeguard your country. Save your country. Yeah.
No problem. But I mean, you should come back more. Often, man. You should come and give a little thing every now and then.
I'll join you and Charlie on Sunday.
Okay. No problem. Well, take care, boy.
Okay, brother Alpha.
All right then. Commendations to Mr. Fendelon. We need more patriotic citizens like him to chronicle the sins of the opposition and the good deeds of the SLP and the administration. I can't name that person. This is Mr. Victor Girard.
Thank you. The legend. He's a legend.
And it must be he who don't want any sue or anything like
he's
that.
He's a legend.
Because I'm telling you, this man serve
this country with distinction and honor. Yeah, I've heard about. As a matter of fact,
absolute integrity.
When we meet in our group, little group, his name always comes up.
Yes.
As one who, you know what I mean.
Yes.
You have to emulate.
Indeed.
You serve your country.
Indeed. Yes. That's fantastic job. Do we have another call on the line? Let's take that call. The lotto, it seems, has been good to us today. So we're hitting jackpot in terms of the overtime. Hi, caller. Real Issues.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Daniel, and to your guests.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I remember that this man, Alan Chasney, this man, after the general election, this man spent 3 years
doing nothing.
Every week, this man was out of the country, abusing the public's purse, going places that the public never sent him. And I believe Alan Chasney and Guy Joseph is the two most dishonest politicians in the history of St. Lucia. This man, Alan Chasney, this man told us 1 million lies before he left office. Even lying.
Wrap up now. We have to go for the lotto, okay? So
even lying about qualifications.
Okay, we have to go now. It's on now, okay?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I hope we never make that mistake again.
Big 42838. The Big 4 Multi-X Bolt Run is 3X. Big 277. The Big 2 Multi-X Bolt Run is 2X. One off 483. Lucky 3 586. The Lucky 3 Multi-X Bolt Run is 2X.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here.
I'm very sorry for the last caller, but the lotto ad is a live feed. It's nothing to say like it's a file, an MP3 or whatever file in our system. It comes live straight from Lotto at the time that they're ready for us. So we have to join it live. So I apologize. I don't know if the caller is still on the line, if we managed to keep him. But the message said, Shelton, what you just said, and that's a little while back on this program. Shelton, what you just said about the constituency funds crosses my mind all the time. You would swear I had some personal gain. I always said if Kenny Anthony had gotten these funds for the 5 years, a lot of the young men would get a hand to mouth, which would have curtailed the crime rate in the South. Therefore, the mastermind, not to mention any name, was the biggest criminal because he deprived the young men a living, and he went big after our lands in the south. You think he will not pay for that? He must pay. Yes, I think this is an understandable sentiment that all you are interested is coming to for our land for all kinds of adventure, but to give a little small change,
a little kakadam,
you know, to help the young men, you have to cut that off. You know,
all the social. That's a light moment. You know, it's carnival time, eh? And one of the songs I like a lot is Father Fax.
Father Fax.
Well, I don't know. You know, Babono, I work all the time, and our boy, the priest there, he does this thing on mornings. I get the Father Fax. And Shelton, I don't know if the listeners and the viewers remembered the Archbishop at the time, Rivers, was teaching his flock. And he gave a little parable. Nothing out of you remember that?
Yeah.
Just a little parable. And in the parable, he used the word Alan. You remember that?
I don't recall it.
You don't recall that?
No, I don't. Maybe I was out.
You maybe? Okay. And it's just a little parable. It said, Lord said, Alan, come. And you know, you know, by the way, it's not rough or anything. Very nice message. The following Sunday, he had to apologize.
Is that when Sarah floods him to go on an offense?
The leader of the country at the time took offense for his name being used in a parable. And he ordered him to apologize.
Okay.
Shelton, I was like, you have got to be kidding me.
Even ecclesiastical authority in this country had to submit.
Submit. Because you use the name, my name in vain. In a parable, you know, instructing his flock. And the leader of the church, the Catholic Church, the Archbishop, had to bow and apologize. That hurt me, you know, Shelton. I could not believe
and
that.
I tell you, especially because Alan Shastney was being enabled by some people in his cabinet, in his government, who were also holding themselves out to be Poto l'Église.
I don't understand.
So rather than stand up for what ought to have the preeminence in terms of human consideration and so on, they were actually siding for what they felt was in their favor, you know, what they felt was basically to their advantage and so on.
It just showed not the caliber, the mind that not even the Archbishop can preach.
No reverence for anything whatsoever.
I mean, and what the sermon was so, I mean, nothing to it.
Yes.
Just a little parable.
Indeed.
Of unity.
Indeed.
Parable of unity. And he was ordered to apologize. I mean, Shelton. Now, I know the callers, I know time is against us, but as I said, Shelton, we have to do that. We have to list, because we must not forget. That's why when I hear people say, stop talking about what has happened, that's history. They spoke about Grindberg for 20, 30 years.
These are the same people who remind you of the words of Santana, that those who do not remember the past are doomed to repeat it. You know,
correct.
But when it suits them, they come and tell you, "Oh, you must not remain like we're stuck on that, like a broken record and so on."
They're stuck on Hayat. What you call it? Rochamel.
Grindberg, Rochamel, all these things.
For how many years? They never let it rest.
They own that again. And I'm telling you.
And we want to forget 3 years.
A senator come to the house and trying to bring up Castri's apparel after 31 years. You understand? 31 years, you know, trying to bring it up.
There is nothing. There is nothing. So, Shelton, I mean, I don't think we should go. We should extra time. But we have a long list, and I just spoke to my comrade Pell. Well, it's Ambassador Lancico.
Yes.
One of the things that really must discuss is the Cuban eye care program.
Yes, indeed.
Was left to rot because you went to Mar-a-Lago, the Lima group. You abandoned your CARICOM. Friends. You went on a frolic of your own,
and you got nothing for that. What did you bring home?
Nothing.
What did you bring home from Lima Group and Mar-a-Lago and so from a man who was describing us as being shithole
countries? You had that attitude towards Venezuela and Cuba, and so you neglected the eye care. You know, there are hundreds of St. Lucians waiting for surgery. And the Honorable. Well, I almost said Musa. Musa actually is my classmate. We Teachers College. We are friends. But Honorable Moses Jabatis, they're trying hard to bring that back so that at least those citizens of ours who are in need of the eye care, cataract surgery and other stuff could be attended to. So there are many ills.
Black added a verse to his song in response to verbal attacks from the Zaguian. I wonder if after all these years, Morgie would consider a little change in his lyric. Oh, when will they see that guy in for we? And both the guy and the guy.
That's right.
When will they see all these kind of things that a man can do to a people, but all he can do is to come and talk and show us how that guy has ever been for us.
Yeah, so we have to deal with this because we're coming down to the ladies and gentlemen, we're coming down to the walk. I mean, we have to pound the streets to let everybody know our country is on the right track. We have the right man at the helm. He's astute with the figures. He's compassionate. He thinks about us, the marginalized. He wants to elevate us. Okay, put us all on the map, put us on the road to prosperity. And we have to be behind him. We have to back him. I mean, we have a lot of people praying. I mean, in the church, don't forget about the Archbishop. We want you all to pray. Pray for him, lift him up. As a matter of fact, it's a command from the scripture. If you are
to pray for kings and for governors,
and
for those in
for your leaders, that's right.
Yes.
It's a command. But we'll do it because we have seen that he's on the right track. And no matter what they try, it will backfire.
And you know what? He does it without the insecurity of feeling that he have to fire people. Look at the commissioner he found there. That they came and they kicked the previous commissioner upstairs so that they could push in what they thought was a commissioner favorable to them. When Philip J.P. said, he said, no, let the man, let his contract go until the end of contract. I'm not going to interfere in the work of the police force. And he did that continuously all over. He never fired any ambassador, whatever, We
must get from the office of the Prime Minister the amount of money they have to pay for wrongful dismissals.
Exactly.
From the time, I think the Prime Minister at one time said 60 million, something like that.
Of all the people that...
So this guy came in and he just fired people left, right and center.
I don't want you to move. I want
he had no regard for
get you out of here.
And so they have sued, and the state is left with a bill.
The separation even of a non-political attorney general who was there, even of ambassadors to...
And I heard they treated the lady like Dutch.
Ambassadors to Washington and all this kind of thing. You go in and you just get rid of them. I mean, absolutely no kind of respect. And the women, the leading women in the UWP, you have to ask, were they at all concerned about the dignity of a woman that was being trampled upon like that? And you all there, you all following this, you all falling in line behind it, you all submitting to that kind of thing.
Spine.
I mean, come on.
Spineless wonders.
Come on.
They have to submit, totally submit. Shameful. But Shelton, we need to dissect this guy. And see where we came from and where we are going. So we are going to protect the victory. I mean, I know they are mad every time they hear that. They hear that. But we are going to protect the victory because we do not want to go back there.
Absolutely.
That was a dark time. 2016, 2021. 26th of July was Liberation Day. That's when we got this guy off our neck. Right? And now we are back on the road.
Look at how by coincidence 26th of July is so close to 1st of August.
That's right.
It's almost like an emancipation week. It's almost like you're just going straight into an emancipation week. But let me tell you this: anytime you feel you have the time and it's and you up to it to come back here again, you just have to let me know. And like I have told Miguel, you're always welcome. Okay?
I will. Thanks
because I know you're a man. You are focused on real issues.
Thank you very much,
not fluff and pappy show and so on. Real issues.
Thank you, viewers and listeners. I appreciate the time spent here.
Thank you very much, Jaquan, for another great job at the controls and with your calls. Thank you very much, Real Issues People family. And to all of you who make this program what it is, who make it worth our while to do, and we work hard to make it worth your while as well. We don't take for granted. We appreciate the time of day that you give us every day. Weekdays, Monday to Friday, from 12:30 until 2 p.m. And even sometimes when it merits to go a little overtime, as we have done today. To the person who's been trying to make something of my little, humorous comments yesterday and so on, does today bear you out at all? Did yesterday bear you out? Do you see we have any fear or nervousness or insecurity about our calls and our people and the connection and interaction that we have? You see we have any concerns about that? As with ginger ale and so many other things, I leave you to really come to terms with your own feelings. You cannot be anything but. I take no delight in that, but I know it's a fact. That's the real issues. Shelton Daniel, on behalf of my guest, and I suspect soon to be fairly regular co-host, Terence Fenelon, signing out.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on